On this episode of Walk a Mile in Their Shoes, we are at Arrowhead Park in Murray, Utah. And our guest today will be Mandy Tran.
Hi, I'm Mandy Tran, or also known as Dun Huai Mong. That's my Vietnamese name. And I'm a school counselor at Hunter High School. And I'd like for you to walk a mile in my shoes.
Mandy! Hey, hey, hey! It's good to see you.
Good to see you.
Thanks for coming out here today. I appreciate it a lot.
Yeah.
Are you feeling well and healthy and able to move around a little bit today?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay, all right. Well, let's go ahead and get started. I'll start our mile here. Well, I wanted to ask you first thing.
Yeah.
You're a school counselor.
Yeah.
And in our little office area, we have a school psychologist, we have a school social worker, and we have lots of school counselors.
Yeah.
And that can be really confusing for people, like who does what and all that. Would you be willing to share just what exactly is a school counselor and what you do in a typical day?
Yeah. I mean, we play a lot of different hats because we're handling students' academics, but also we are mental health advocates. But of course, we're not doing a ton of academic or mental health like you do or our social workers do. And so I think that's where we come as more as an initial support for mental health. And then if it is out of our expertise, then we kind of hand it over to our school psychologist or school social worker. But on the academic side, since I work with high schoolers, we do college career readiness and also just making sure our students are on track for graduation. Yeah.
Okay, love that. So you play a vital role in making sure those students are ready to graduate, but help them along the path with mental health and making sure they're feeling okay that way.
Yeah, exactly. And it's really just doing some basic skills and also just basic coping mechanisms as well. I think that's one of the important things that we usually focus on. Yeah.
Awesome. I love that. I'm really curious. What drove you to want to be a school counselor?
Oh, I think I always were interested in working with students. In my early high school days, I was a TA at our local church, and what a TA for us was, doing some lessons both in Vietnamese and also just learning about our religion. I don't do that anymore. I could, but not as interested in that. But because I was kind of interested in working with students and kids, I actually initially went to school for elementary education.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. But I quickly found out I could not teach. So I was like, never mind, let's not do that.
Yeah.
But I did try my best to stick it out. I think I was doing that for into my third year of college when I really said I can't do this.
Oh, wow.
But that's okay. We kind of learned and figured out we didn't want to do that. But after I got my bachelor's degree and during my last year of college, I applied for school counseling because I still wanted to work with students. I just didn't know if I just knew the classroom setting was it for me. And around during my college years, I was also involved in AVID as an AVID tutor and an academic mentor with Upward Bound Trio. So that's a college career readiness program at the University of Utah that I did. And I just loved being a mentor. It was just so fun to help students and support them, especially whenever they really wanted to do, whether that be college based or not, or career based. I just love to see the passion that comes out from them, and I think that's really why I wanted to be a school counselor. But my why is a little bit different. I think I really wanted to be a school counselor as a young Asian woman who's first generation, who's part of the community, just showing up for students that look like me was so important to me. Even if we don't come from like the same background, like I just wanted to be an advocate, you know, and just have somebody who's a little bit different. Like in Utah, we have a lot of white folks and Mormon folks who are in the school system as professionals, which is great, but also having a diverse staff is so important, and I just know that, and that's just why I really stick out and I want to be here.
Yeah. Sounds like you want to help represent and just help, you know, all those, you know, maybe people who just maybe feel different, you know, and help all of those people.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
Awesome. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Well, you work a lot with students, of course, but you also work with, you know, kind of indirectly, maybe even directly with parents sometimes, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. You know, for any parents who are watching, you know, I'm sure that you encounter a lot who are just at a loss how to help their child, right?
Yeah.
They either don't know how to help them academically or with their mental health, right? And so what are some basic things that you would tell or do tell parents how they can help their child in those ways, academically as well as you know, mental health wise?
Yeah. The first thing that comes to mind is definitely listening. It's so important to listen to your student, and I know how hard it could be too, because sometimes you want to be just a parent and you're just like, so many things are going on, and you're like, just feel better. But you can't just feel better, right? Like it's not a magic button that you can just press and you'll feel better. So listening is very important, and just making a safe space for them to share that and not be judgmental. Those are all like my advice for sure. But also learning about some good coping skills, right? Is like very powerful. Or even just ways to deal with situations when they arise so surprisingly abruptly. For example, the grounding technique, the 4, 3, 2, 1, right?
Will you explain what that is for people who may not know what that is?
Yeah. Let's see, so the 5 grounding technique is just using all of your senses. So it's, you know, we're taking deep breaths, we're kind of in a relaxed place or sitting position, so we all can feel very, you know, grounded in our space and relaxing our space. And after that, we'll go into the techniques. So it's 5 things that you see. Let's see, and then it goes, was it 4 things that you hear? 3 things that you feel.
You touch, yeah,
you touch. Then, I know the last one was taste. That one was hard, but 2, what's it?
Smell.
Oh, right? Smell, yes. Yeah. So it's just kind of using all your senses. So again, it's 5 things that you see, 4 things that you hear, 3 things that you feel, 2 things that you smell, and then last one is 1 thing that you can taste.
Activating all those senses. What exactly does that do when we activate all those senses like that?
Yeah, it's just like shifting our focus away from what we're like experiencing, our mind kind of goes everywhere, right? And so it's really shifting our focus onto one sense so we can really be present in the space that we are in, and activating every sense will be able to just feel the moment as it is.
Such a struggle to be mindful and in that present moment, huh?
There's like, being in the moment can be very hard for everyone, especially like, for example, for me, I'm very futuristic. So I like planning for the future, make sure the future things, whether that be just, like the next thing that we'll be doing or how this walk will end. Those are all things that I'm like always thinking about. And so if I'm thinking too far, right, and focusing on that too far, then I'm not really able to be present. And you really want to focus in being present, especially when you're going through a time that's like, it can be very difficult.
Yeah, wonderful. That's great. So I wanted to ask you, you've brought up so many good ideas to tell to parents and students. I'm curious, what are some things that you do on a day-to-day basis to keep your mental health strong?
Well, some of the things that I love to do is I like to bake. I'm a baker. I have passions around baking, and I have a little small business, and so like I do a lot of baking or planning. And if I'm not baking, then I actually consume a lot of cooking or baking content. Because I think the content that I consume is very peaceful, mindful, very calm. And if not that, I do journal occasionally, and just being mindful, especially I love eating. And so doing mindful exercises with like eating is also something I do quite often. So I just sit with my food and just feel texture and taste, and just kind of just pretty much just like practicing that. But of course, consume food in moderation, because we don't want no eating disorders out here.
Right. That's I love that you brought that up. That's like a life goal for me that I'm really not good at, like actually enjoying my food, feeling it, being mindful, like mindful eating. Like that's just so awesome that you do that.
I think I'm a texture girl, and coming from a culture, I think like that's probably one of the biggest things, is just enjoying food. It's so fun, and that means I also get to celebrate the culture or the food that I'm eating. So, and I just love food. It's so good.
Especially the food you make.
Oh, thanks.
I know, it's really, really good. Yes. And on the flip side to that, you enjoy baking. That's an outlet for you, so to speak. But think of all the people on the other end of that. Like me.
You're like, who gets to eat it?
Who gets to eat it? Right? I love that talent that you have, and it makes you happy, but it also makes everyone else happy too.
You're right. And that's actually one of my purpose of baking, because I love baking so much, because it helps me. But I actually don't eat a lot of sweets, which is funny, because I bake them. I will take one bite to try it, but like you will see that pastry of that's been once in the fridge for like almost a week, and so I need somebody to eat it.
That's funny.
But since I don't consume so much sweets, I just really like sweets, or just baked goods
Uh-huh.
makes me happy, just seeing them and creating them as well. That it's, I don't know, I just want somebody to enjoy it, and if anything, if you're having a bad day, I hope my pastries or sweets like give you that little spark of joy, you know, because I just know it makes me happy. So I hope, you know, in return to people, like, please enjoy this or use it as a way to like enjoy your day, or gives a little spark of joy to your day, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm walking proof of that works. So thank you for sharing your talents with us. Yes. Well, I also wanted to ask, because you know, in an interview like this, it's really important for me to find out maybe a time or two when maybe you've had a rough stretch, maybe your mental health in particular was, you know, really challenged. And I'm curious, you know, what happened there, and how did you manage through that time?
Ooh, the most difficult time I've had so far in my young years of 20s. I was in grad school at the time, but I was also working full-time and going to school full-time, so it was like very packed schedule for me. And there were so many things that was happening, because also it was during COVID. COVID was the years that I was struggling with mental health. Not necessarily due to COVID, but because of COVID, there was so many external factors that made it so much more difficult. And I was struggling through suicidal thoughts and depression and like self-worth, and those all were just very difficult for me to manage at the time. I just felt like there was, I just wasn't my own person at the time. And I was like doing everything for everybody else, because of COVID, I was one of the main supports for my family, just helping out with situations and things that obviously were out of our control. But also, you know, like, I was an intern as a school counselor, so I was doing all of that. And then also going to school was taking a lot of time. And eventually I did move out with my ex-boyfriend, which was also very difficult, because that's a totally new experience to me. And unfortunately, all of that kind of, you know, combined together was very difficult to handle. And so I sought out some counseling services at my school, and gone through some group therapy at first, which was a great experience, and I learned a lot of the coping skills there. But even then, it wasn't enough for me, so I went to one-on-one counseling, and that was very helpful up until I graduated. And then, you know, those services do go away. But at that time, once I graduated from graduate school, I already moved home with my family, broke up with my ex-boyfriend, and they were my biggest support. I think what really kind of took me out of those suicidal thoughts was actually one of my closest friends and family friends. They took their own life, and it just shook my world. And I just knew that if I ever did that, like, I don't want anybody else to feel the way that I have felt. So it really quickly took me out from that mental state. which is unfortunate that, you know, that had to happen for me to really take myself out of it. But it was right. And
Yeah.
and a lot of my friends and my family really supported me during that time, which was so great. I just knew how much my parents have shown me love during that time, because I was having such a hard time. And it was very funny because Asian parents aren't very affectionate. We don't really hug each other. We don't say I love you. And that's just very typical of our family. But during my breakup, I came home crying, and they hugged me and, like, consoled me and said, it's okay, like, you were still your own person. We got you. You're still our daughter. We still love you, and you're still always welcome to come home to us. And that, like, was so different, but I loved it. It was amazing to experience, but unfortunate that bad things have to happen in order for me to really feel and see that. But of course, my friends were willing to listen to me, support me, help me realize, like, where I was at with my situation. And the more time has passed, like, I just know I have really built a community of love and friendship, and it's, like, just so amazing to like be surrounded by people who love and care for me, but also I love and care for them too.
Yes.
So
you're the I think the epitome of just loving and caring, and it shows, and I think that's why your students trust you so much, because that comes out when you interact with them. I can see that. And
Thank you.
I'm grateful for what you do for so many students, and it sounds like in your case, with your experience that you shared, it was kind of like all about finding your people, right?
Yes, yeah.
Whether it's a therapist, whether it's certain family members, certain friends, finding your people that are going to be there and support you.
Yeah,
and help you.
Exactly.
Well, I love that. Thank you for sharing that.
Of course.
That was a really rough time for many people, and it sounds like it was really difficult for you too.
Yeah. But, we all pushed it. We're here.
We did.
We're here.
Yeah. 5 years later, here we are.
Yeah, 5 years. Crazy.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of crazy, we just barely passed a mile.
Oh.
Yeah. No. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Keep walking.
That's good. So, as we wrap up our walk together, I would like, and I'm hoping that you're willing to just kind of think of maybe somebody out there who's really struggling with their mental health, and something that maybe you might say to them, just maybe some certain words or certain encouragement that you would pass on to that person.
Yeah. I just know life is hard right now, and it's okay to feel that and sit with it, because feeling your emotions is so powerful as a human, right? As we are human, we feel, and it's okay to feel, but don't sit in that too long. If it's too sad, too hard for too long, it could do more damage than it can do you good. So I want you to be able to pick yourself back up and show it for yourself in any way that could be. So even if you wake up, that's a win. If you get ready, that's a win. If you get to a place where you need to be, like at work or school, that's a win. Like, call every little progress is progress, and it's good. So just make sure not to hurt yourself, harm yourself, because really we're all here for you. We care about you. So just know there's a lot of people who care about you, and if anybody who doesn't, or you don't know anybody, it's me. I care about you. So just know that if anybody is in your corner, I'm in your corner. And it just takes for one person. So yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate that, Mandy. Well, we went a little more than a mile.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's go.
It's not too bad for a hot day.
No.
So anyway, I'm so grateful for you.
Yeah.
Grateful for, like I said before, sharing your talents with people like me and the rest of our staff.
Yeah.
I'm grateful for all that you do for your students. You make a difference. And
Thank
so I'm very
you.
thankful for you.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks for letting us walk with you today.
Of course.
I appreciate that, Mandy.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
Yeah. Appreciate you. You do so much work too. So thank you.
Appreciate that.